So a new story has been emerging on TikTok. Surprisingly, a fair amount of people have actually seen this one, but I don't see many people talk about it. I myself happened to come across it while wading through some of the awful shock content that people have called TikTok horror nowadays. But before I start, Where's the Sky is not to be confused with one of our previous videos. This is not The Sun Vanished. They are two different stories. Both are stories involving a darkened sky, but they seem to have pretty different stories to tell. Even the creator of The Sun Vanished, Aidan Elliott, clarified this point when they were informed about the series. This is its own story, and we absolutely have to dive into it as such. From this point on, I will also begin referring to the poster of this account as Sky, just to make my life easier. That being said, take my hand and let's walk into the dark, and start from the beginning. On November 27th, 2020, Where is the Sky uploaded a TikTok asking, "Is anyone there? I don't even know why I'm doing this, but hopefully somebody sees this. It's 11 a.m. and the sun still hasn't came up. Everybody in my apartment is gone." The video itself showed Sky looking over a foggy landscape from a window, and they posted another video showing the empty foggy streets. They mentioned that they don't see any stars, no moon, and they can hear something hovering over their apartment building. They post the next day, showing us our first sign of danger to come. There's growling coming from the bridge, and soon after, the road behind the bridge. Whatever it is, it's hiding. But you can tell, it's clearly not something you'd probably want to investigate. Sky mentions it's been over 2 days and the scenery has not changed. It's been a consistent dark and misty atmosphere since they first posted. The commenters convinced Sky to go investigate.
Bad mistake.
Whatever this thing is, it wants blood. But don't worry, they escape. For now. Sky can't go live to the viewers because they mention it isn't safe to. They run away for more monsters, mentioning that they seem to like residing under the bridges for some reason. They barely get away for a second time thanks to a scrap shopping cart and fast running. The next post is a duet recording. This time, an account named user1751420 starts to post cryptic videos about the locations that Sky has been running from or away to. This user seems to be right behind Sky, and their posts seem like direct threats against them. Sky posts videos of them being trapped in a stairwell and them somehow escaping to a sewer drain with the monster screaming behind them. "I know you all want to know what they look like. It's been a quiet day, and I don't know if I want to prolong their dinner time. Sky then shows us that the power is slowly being knocked out by something. It's after this that we get our first glimpse as to whatever might actually be chasing them. If you look closely, it seems to have some kind of pale white face and glowing red eyes. It looks almost like some kind of vampire or demon to me. It also seems to run on two legs, so they might be humanoid after all. At this point, we're going to pivot to something I noticed while researching this account. The amount of channels that truly seem to be in this very universe seems to be expansive. So far, we have the main account by Sky. There's also other accounts by LRP 42621051, user 1751420, and There Is No Sky. These are accounts that I have found that have in some way have interacted with each other and actually share a similar theme as well as some of the monsters. While these accounts may have nothing to do with them at all, I feel like they're still worth pointing out for this video because they share very identical themes. Here's what I managed to pull away from these accounts before I continue. As of now, LRP has shown us the different sizes of these monsters through the audio clips they upload. They've shown there are technical issues that appear near certain anomalies. LRP also mentions that they have been trapped here since 2012, and a lot of references to the 2012 Mayan calendar prophecy are shown on this channel. They were also told to confess something, but the user cannot seem to figure out what to confess to. As of now, the user is currently continuing on their journey and still frequently updating. 42621051 has not been updated in a while at the time of this recording. The only posts are showing the eyes of the monsters. There Is No Sky seems to be the newest addition to the story, as someone appears to be making contact with Sky. The most bizarre part is most of what is happening can also be showcased on this channel. They're almost at a distant parallel with each other. This person starts hearing bells a lot, and that seems to signal when these creatures are nearby. We even get a quick shot of the creature hunting them. Pale white. Almost similar to Sky's experience. The biggest telling is a single video that we get while continuing Sky's story, but I mention it here because there's a huge link due to the events in Sky's story in this account. And the best part is, we didn't even finish the main plotline yet. Let's go back to Sky's account. At this point, Sky's account is noticeably commenting on many people's comments. Mostly the words "I'm sorry." The strangest part about this entire universe is that these people seem to be hunted for some reason, yet so far no reason has been given to us. Strangely, Sky posts about a failed livestream before showing us a monster's glowing red eyes as their shelter's light finally goes out. The creature begins to pound on their door and eventually breaks through when they open it. They escape to the stairs, which begin to loop until the creature meets them at the top. They mentioned that they ran 5 stories up a 2-story building, leaving many in the comments puzzled. Suddenly, a video titled "Error" shows up, which is odd. It shows someone running towards the screen and they suddenly glitch. It's out of place, as it seems to be the most deliberately shot video of the entire channel up until this point. What's going on in this universe? After this, Sky gets a weapon and begins walking again, only to find sirens blaring overhead. As they try to continue, some jingling can be heard down an alleyway where someone is seen standing at the end. The light breaks, and then they take shelter. That's when the story decides to drop a bomb on us.
Emergency broadcast. Congratulations, subject number 3, on surviving your 4th week here in the Darklands. Note that further complications are currently being sent your way.
Subject 3. 4th week in the Darklands. More complications. And remember how I said there was a big link between Sky and There Is No Sky?
Emergency broadcast. Congratulations, subject number 1, on surviving your 6th week here in the Darklands. Note that further complications are currently being sent your way.
There's subject 1. Surviving their 6th week. Both messages are different and personalized, it seems. Note this. The one on Sky's page says Lewis, and the one on There Is No Sky's page says George, just briefly. Could these potentially be their names? The next couple videos show Sky spotting someone watching him from a window, and then finding a set of footprints on train tracks. And that's when another bomb drops in the story. (2021). This story is a year ahead of us. So far we have a story set in the future about people trying to survive what seems to be an apocalyptic situation, while the theme of regret, apologizing, and being forced to pay a penance plays out before our very eyes. Before I wrap up with my theory, let's finish covering the material we still have left. After a series of videos showing technical glitches and sounds surrounding Sky, they managed to contact There Is No Sky to try to find each other. They begin to hunt for each other, with both of them running into mysterious anomalies. After being hunted by a shadow person, Sky winds up strangely glitching through the door to the stairwell. They continue down the hallway, and Sky eventually winds up in a room with someone disguised walking toward them in the dark, as sirens blare in the distance. The next video shows someone who is also hiding under the blankets of the hotel room, trying to rise to Sky as they shut the bathroom door. Somehow Sky escapes and heads down the hall where they begin to hear the distracting bells that you've heard on the alternate accounts. They quickly find out firsthand, the bells are not your friend. They make their way outside and encounter another shadow creature in the darkness. The final upload as of this writing is a video of them agreeing to meet in one of the staircases they previously have both seen before. They both showcase a necklace with what appears to be a golden piece in the center and some kind of stone as well. And that's all we have thus far. So I have a theory about what may be going on here. Have any of you seen the Black Mirror episode White Bear? If not, I highly recommend it because it seems to have some of the elements of what I theorized about this. Spoilers here, by the way. The episode is about a murderer who is put under psychological punishment in a form of a daily living horror movie that they must endure as penance for the murder of an abducted little girl. This seems to parallel the world of Where is the Sky to me. These accounts appear to be all connected in a universe built on one thing: regret. Many of the accounts have apologies in the comments or confessions or even certain events that seem to foreshadow something terrible happening. These accounts belong to subjects of some kind of punishment for what appears to be some kind of potential sacrificial ritual. What are the sacrifices for? That's the only thing I'm unclear on. It's clear that regardless of the creatures, there appears to be an outside force controlling these ongoings. There are also breaks in these tests, glitching showing sporadically, subjects themselves even phasing or clipping through the wall. The environment almost seems to be built for these punishments, sometimes even repeating and looping on the end. There even comes across a sense of spiritualism when you take into account the links to the Mayan 2012 calendar, especially when it comes to LRP's account. There is so much evidence supporting that these people are being punished for some reason, their own personal hell. Whatever it may be, I look forward to keeping an eye on it and watching the subjects battle for their lives. This makes the Hunger Games look like child's play. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and I wanted to thank you for all the new collective members who've shown support. I also apologize for the delay on this video, as it was a very beefy topic to undertake, and, well, it just never stopped updating, so I always had to update the script. As always, links to the original content will be in the description below. Thank you for joining me in the dark tonight, and remember that you are loved. Try to sleep well tonight in our glorious simulation.